Wow, it's ThursdAGE, and we've got a busy show. It's jam-packed from beginning to end, and I've got to tell you, I've got no time for nonsense. We've got very important guests, so I'm expecting chat to be on your best behavior. Tell me, friends, can you hear me? Hey, Duke.
Yes.
Oh, you can hear me too. Good, friends.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that you can hear me, and I'm glad that also chat can hear me as well. And I'm taking a look at everybody in here. Let's see. Who do we have? Do me a favor, friends. If you can hear me, tell me where where are you living? Where are you calling in from, so to speak? Where on the globe do you call home? I'll tell you also, friends, Jay Gray and William Lang were here quite early. They've been hanging out all day waiting for this discussion, talking all about this Blue Rose Art RPG event. Before we get to that, there are other things cooking, for instance, new releases. And then we're going to get into what's in the tank, which I think is everybody's favorite. It's at least mine. Good to see you, William Lang, Jay Gray, of course, the original Link Wizard. Let's see. Unlikely Valentine, good to see you here. And of course, you know, our buddy Paper Demon is in chat, having a chat with everybody. Suki Grins here, nice. Crazy Shiro Arts, good to see you. Nice. Let's see, we got people from Colorado, California, Washington State. Yeah, I'm in Seattle. Nice. Cool. Caius is here. We got a whole crew of people, and I'm super excited about it. You know, because when we have guests, I like to involve them in every aspect of the program instead of like kind of making them hide in a green room somewhere. Plus, we couldn't afford a green room, so what we're gonna do is welcome our two friends, Susie, and then Andrea, like me, is a disembodied. Compatriots. Yeah. Good to see you both. Now, real quick, just before we dive into the other stuff, tell me who you are and what you do.
I'll go first. Hi, I'm Susie, and I am the owner of Paper Demon Art RPG. So I'm collaborating with Troy on Green Ronin with this Blue Rose project. I'm excited to talk to all of you about it.
Right on. Audrey, tell us about you.
Hi, my name is Adria, also known as Crazy Shiro or Crazy Shiro Arts. It's all right. I've been called worse things, Troy. It's fine. I'm a writer and illustrator, and I work for Susie. I'm also just a general goblin. So, if you hear any just sounds in the background, that's probably me.
Nice. Yeah, doing general goblin things. Absolutely appropriate.
Yes.
So glad to have you two here. Now, Susie, you and I met through a TTRPG accountability club that we are a part of. And
Yes.
How long have you been around for? About has it been a year?
It's been almost a year. Yeah, I think I joined like late summer of last year. So
That's right. Yeah.
lots of really cool creative people in that club, and
so great.
I've collabed with quite a few people from that group and continue to find new people to collaborate with. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Well, I want to say you are the reigning queen of the collab for that group. Really, I think you've done the most.
It's so weird for me because I'm not the greatest at networking. So I think it's just a group where we really jive with each other really well. So
absolutely, yeah, and that is the truth. The group is very cool. It's we meet every Tuesday. I can't believe it's or Monday rather. It's Tuesday. Sorry, but we get together. We've been doing this now. I think we're moving into our third year of doing it, which is wild. But yeah, it's just TTRPG creative types that are hanging out and keeping ourselves kind of in the mix and creative, and also paying attention to what's going on with our Patreon or Patreon-like projects. Super fun. So that's how we met. Let's do this. So we've got two new releases that are live. I'm going to drop the link to them. We've got the Cthulhu Awakens condition deck. They are print on demand. They're poker size card deck. You can pick them up for $12.99, and I'm going to drop a link in chat. Go check those out. And then in addition, we've also got
Cool.
the Fantasy Age condition cards. And there we go. All my best laid plans. I had all my links all set up, and I just closed that window like a nerd.
Oh no.
So there you go. So we've got the Cthulhu Awakens cards. We've got the Fantasy Age cards. And you can pick up the... so I believe that the Cthulhu Awakens cards are just a little smaller. Not smaller in size, but rather they have a couple few... They're not a full deck. So they're a little cheaper. We're working on, and I think that they might even be ready very shortly, the condition cards for Roll20. So you'll see those soon.
Nice.
Yeah, and so check those out. They're exclusively over at DriveThruRPG, and waiting for you to pick them up. They're very, very cool. We're pretty pleased with them. So with that out of the way, I want to let me start a screen share. How many of you are over or hanging out at the Atomic Think Tank? I'm certain I know we have some new friends in the audience, but the Atomic Think Tank it's really our community hub. We've got so many great initiatives cooking right now. I'm actually in the background trying to click them up right now. Everything anything powered by the Adventure Game Engine is represented or will soon be represented in the Think Tank. And prior episodes of ThursdAGE, we have put together a community space for Dragon Age, and we've dug into what the structure and kind of the taxonomy is for the space. But one of the things I'm really excited about, and I really want to spread the word, and I'm hoping that everybody will help me with that, we are starting a pilot program where we're going to be working with people who do art. If you are somebody who is you do commission work for people, or you've thought about doing commission work for people, ultimately the plan will be to give artists a space to showcase their work. We're not going to be facilitating payments, and we're not going to negotiate or do any of that kind of good stuff. We've got far too much on our plate. But as kind of our continued commitment to making sure that our art is based on what humans do, and that both our Mutants and Masterminds community based, the superhero based stuff, and then our Fantasy Age, Modern Age, Cthulhu Awakens, and the list goes on. They're all very different genre wise, and so we just are looking for artists who wouldn't mind trying some experimental sort of spaces and sharing their work. It's not going to be a whole ton of back end work for you folks if you were an artist who's considering it. A couple pieces of your work and a commitment to fair practices as it relates to, hey, Allie, good to see you. If you are interested in that, I'm going to generate a link, and you can join up and let me know that you are interested in being a part of that group. And we'll have a meeting, and we'll talk about the basics of it all, and then roll it out to everybody so that you can start to reap the rewards of a well-paid artist.
Keep dropping these links. I'm not going to be able to stream anymore. I'm going to have too many links.
That's that. I feel like we've got so much good stuff cooking with this collab of ours, or collab, as we were saying earlier. The collab. Tell me, so everyone who's in our audience, nearly everyone, is surely familiar with Blue Rose, and that's our romantic fantasy. And, the first collab that we did was I think we did Cthulhu Awakens, right? We had a kind of cosmic horror kind of thing going on, which is great, and it was fun. But when I started talking to you about Blue Rose, you were like, wait a minute, what's that? And yeah. So talk to me a little bit about the process of identifying this and kind of pulling it into what you do at Paper Demon. Actually, let's do this. Tell me about Paper Demon, and then let's go into the process. Where did this all start?
So Paper Demon is an online art role-playing game. So it's a game where you advance by drawing or writing fiction. So it's a collaborative game you play online with a lot of other artists and writers where you draw each other's characters in different scenarios. So through our game, we provide you with different prompts to help inspire you to create. And then once you create something, you earn virtual rewards and loot and that kind of thing. And your character goes up in levels and gains achievements and that kind of thing. So
now, do you take those characters through each of these sort of kind of events that happen throughout the year?
Yeah, so we have new events that come out on a regular basis. We've got prompts that come out every week, and then we have bigger events that come out every month.
Nice.
So this Blue Rose event that we're doing is running throughout the whole summer. So we've got a whole series of Blue Rose themed events that are started last week and are going through the end of August.
I love that. So tell me the origins of Paper Demon. Like, where did it begin? Where did it start?
So Paper Demon started off as an art sharing and art community website over 21 years ago. It's almost been 22 years. Holy crap. We are officially old enough to drink. So
we had a whole event about that, actually.
Yeah. We had virtual drinks that you could buy that did different effects in battle, like little cocktails and stuff. So we did a whole thing with that last year.
Those were some beautiful artworks, by the way, Susie. Yeah, you really outdid yourself.
So it's a really started off as a place for people to find community, and over time I wanted to kind of change the direction into something more unique and helping motivate artists to create. It also became a place where I really wanted neurodivergent artists to find acceptance and belonging.
Yeah.
Because I as a neurodivergent person growing up, it was really hard to make friends for me. I didn't really feel welcome and accepted in a lot of spaces. So I wanted to create a place where people could feel accepted and have a place to be creative and get motivated to create.
I love it. And you can definitely see it. And they are resonating with this Blue Rose collab. It is, the stuff that they're creating is amazing.
Yes, we should show off some of the art that's been created.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So do we want to do this how do we want to do that? What's your preference? We can do the character creation stuff, kind of show that a bit and see what it's inspired, or you want to go into the art?
Maybe we show some of the art first to just kind of give people context.
Love it.
Do we want to just go down the list of characters real quick as well that have some sprung up for Blue Rose?
Yeah, the NPCs, that'd be good. That's a good call.
Nice.
Okay, so when you go to our website, you will see this Champions of the Summer Rose, which is the name of the series for the Blue Rose series. So let me pull up this page here, which has a link to all of our NPCs, I believe.
While you're doing that, I want to say working with this crew has been a highlight of my to-do list. It has been an absolute blast. Incredibly talented writers, fantastic artists, just really, and also just you get the event thing, and it was just been a blast.
I'm trying to find the NPC list.
It's been a pleasure working with you as well, Troy.
Oh, so I'm glad.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with this project.
Yeah.
So in the next event in the series, which is actually coming out tomorrow, which is exploring the world of Aldea, we are having different NPCs that are available for players to interact with. And our team came up with these NPCs. So we've got quite a few here. And one of the prompts or options is to actually romance these characters if you wanted to go that direction.
Sure.
So we're very excited to see what everyone's creating, and I could share some of the characters that players have made already.
Yes, yeah.
Let me pop over to that page. So some of these weren't created for the Blue Rose event, but the ones that do have the Blue Rose in the corner are characters that were created for this Blue Rose event. So here's one by the artist Slushy.
Now, has Slushy done a lot of art for commission work for other people? Or are those all characters that they've made?
These are characters that they've made.
I love that. That's great.
Here's another character. This is by Schwarzer Alptrom, who's a regular in our game for many years. Very good artist, very talented artist.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what are some other ones I can share?
Tora.
This one was created by Silver.
I love this. I love that.
They also have information in their on their character sheet of like the calling, destiny, and fate, and relationship bond for the characters, and where they might be in the universe of Blue Rose as well. So
that is they've really done some very thoughtful, creative work here. This is great. Now, what is this story with this particular character? I didn't get a chance to dig into her story about being a Cyclops.
Tora is actually a minor god from Jarzon. Which, thank you, Blue Rose, for being so open to homebrew. We really love that.
Oh my gosh. So that's one of the things that we love about just the age system in general, is that it really is a toolbox for you to then make it your own. And so that's fantastic. I love it. And it really does. It's remarkable how well it fits the vibe of this community, and the aesthetics are just fantastic.
It's true. But, Tora. So essentially, her followers became less and less, and they started asking less for things like love and their daily needs, and more for things like money and, material things.
Yeah.
And so they started to dwindle off, and eventually she lost enough power to the point where to preserve herself, she took on a physical form, and it now is essentially her own avatar.
I see.
So
I like that. And what I love about this too is that there's so much depth that you can go as deep as you want, but it's not all about. And we got some questions in here that I think folks see this and they are concerned about. Well, do I have to be an artist to dig into this? What if I'm just a writer?
Yeah,
so
Gray
if you're
just asked about that.
Yeah. So you can participate as just a writer if you prefer. So all of our challenges, including creating your character, can be done just with writing. So you can see here, we've got a lot of characters that have a book icon. So these are characters that don't have artwork yet. You also have an opportunity to do like an art trade or a collab with an artist from our community. Like maybe you write a story for another person who's playing this game, and then they will create an artwork of your character if you prefer. So there's definitely opportunities to get artwork of your character if you wanted to do something like that.
I don't know.
But yeah, all of the challenges and prompts are intended to be used both for artists and for writers.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. And then as far as Suki asked a question, I had a question on that. As I simply do writing, how do I put the roses on that?
We don't have a way to do that, but we should figure that out. That's good feedback.
I mean, we could drop a PNG of the books with the roses on it.
Yeah, I think we could do that. And then also, we have somewhere circulating a spreadsheet, just trying to keep track of all the characters as well.
Yep.
We don't have the greatest way of like collecting all of the Blue Rose characters into one page yet. So we gotta, I think we started a spreadsheet as a workaround.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. I could drop it, but also I feel like that would clog up chat. So
you could drop what?
I could drop the spreadsheet since I'm the one who started that spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you'd like to, the chat would love that.
Okay.
It's we kind of use it as our library to reflect on. In later episodes, we'll go back and kind of read the live chat and kind of get a sense of what went on. So that is a perfect place for it. Awesome. Okay, so we've seen some of the stuff that have come out of this. What is the character creation aspect of this, or how is that? is it a lot of work? Is it, how long will that take? And can we look at it?
It's very simple and straightforward. I'll demo that for you. I did want to say real quick, if you did want to sign up, that you'd go through this sign up page. I could drop a link to that in the chat.
Yeah, and folks, you'll also find a link to the sign up page in our show notes. So if you
Excellent.
Yeah, if you open that up, and definitely drop it in chat as well. But if you open that up, you will see it'll take you right there. And yeah, we want you to sign up.
Yeah, so this kind of gives you the gist of what the game is and explains how it's going to involve Blue Rose. So you just click this sign up to participate. You fill out this form. Sorry, now I just doxed myself. Sorry.
No.
Well, that's in public information anyway. Once you log in, you are going to be taken to this page called the Parchment Imp Inn. And on this page, it will have this section that says apprenticeship tutorial. So you go through this first page, which is create your character. So here you would create a draft. There would be a button here for create a new character. Because I have 3 drafts right now, it won't let me create one, but let's just reuse one of these real quick.
Sure.
So it'll take you to this tab, requirements, where it will just kind of explain some of the basics of the game, what some of the rules are. Once you do that, you come up with a name for your character. If you are stuck on a name for your character, you can just generate one here and it'll come up with some ideas for you. And then you can define your character with artwork or with writing. So if it's artwork, you click on this and it tells you to draw a portrait sketch of your character. If you already have artwork of your character, you can use that. If you commissioned an artist to create character art for you, you can choose this commission option.
Nice.
But I'll just go through the artwork one here.
Yeah.
If you need some ideas for a character, there is this generator that you can use here, and just click the button to get a new random idea. We do have, as you can see here, there's a write-in as one of the options. So we have included some Blue Rose lore in this generator. So it will come up with different species of characters. Some of those are going to be from the Paper Demon universe. We call it the Paperverse. And some of them will be from Blue Rose, and some of them will be generic options.
I love that.
And then we've also included Calling, Destiny, and Fate from the Blue Rose TTRPG here. Just random options that you can use here. So you can copy paste this if you'd like. You just choose an image for your character. So maybe I could find one of my NPCs here to use as an example. We'll use Ephraim real quick. Ephraim was designed by Adria. And hit continue, and it just makes sure that you're not doing anything copyrighted or you're not AI and that kind of thing. You just confirm. And then you submit your character. And after you submit, you get some loot
to
help get you started with the game. So your character is registered. You're ready to start participating in the Blue Rose event. So it takes you here. Follow these instructions for exclusive Blue Rose rewards. So you click that link and it'll take you to Spark of the Rose, which helps you with the next step, which the first one says create a character, which we already did. So now we need to update our character's player notes with the form below. So that's this form here. We're going to copy paste this into our character sheet. To find our character sheet, we're going to click on My Characters on the left here. And here's that test character I made, Mayomi. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then you just edit player notes here. And you just paste in the Blue Rose
nice.
Information about your character sheet, and you fill it out with what you want for all these options. The Blue Rose guide, which I accidentally closed that tab. I should have kept that open. Let me pull that open again. It explains some of the aspects of your character form in here. So species options, background options, relationship bond, goals and persona, that kind of thing is all here. So if you need more information about what to choose for your character, all that, you can find it here. There's also a link to the character generator too if you want to randomize some of your results.
This is fantastic. I want to pause for just 1 second because it's such a charming experience, and that signature art that's on the site. Who does that?
This artwork up here, this is with the roses. It was done by Stephanie Law, who I'm a huge fan of.
That's right. Yeah, we're big fans of Stephanie.
Yeah. So this is just a portion of the beautiful artwork that she made for Blue Rose.
And we've
comes
got
from
that,
the cover.
Yeah, the iconic. But now I'm actually more curious about the other art that is, sort of the you have a style to some of the loot and some of the, who's doing that?
So most of the item art, I could demo some of that in the shop here. I did most of the art. Some of these I hired artists to do artwork for it. So like a lot of these items here, I hired an artist to make the art for these. But the style I developed, and I did quite a bit of the artwork in the game.
It's so great. If you want to draw items like Bogus Red, she has a whole guide.
So. I love it, and it's got such a unique. I'm not even sure how to describe it. It's definitely fantasy, and it's magical and beautiful, but it's got a distinct kind of. It's not. I don't want to say cartoony, but it's because it feels more than that. But it's beautiful. It's very impressive.
Thank you. I have a lot of fun making the art for the game. So.
Yeah. Oh, and real quick, I mean, I know we've talked about this in the past, but so have you been doing art your whole life as a working artist?
Yeah. So I do both art as a profession, and I've also done web development as a profession. So I kind of combine these skills of art and web development to create Paper Demon because it takes both skills. But yeah, so I used to work for Google as I started off as a graphic designer and then did illustration. I did the Google Doodles that appeared on the homepage from 2008 to 2010. I think I was on the Doodle team. Then I moved into web design there and then did web development at Google.
What was it like working on the Doodle team?
It was a lot of fun. There's a very small team of us that worked on the doodles. I created a lot of fun ones like the Lego doodle, the Nikola Tesla doodle. I did a couple years of Earth Day as well. So
that's awesome.
It's really cool to have your art plastered on like the most popular web page of the internet.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty cool.
Very, very cool. And I know that for back in the day, we would get excited and say, "Oh, look at the new doodle celebrating something interesting," and it was always very educational and cool. That's fun. Okay, and so now, as far as all the mechanisms and things, it's so well architected. Are you looking at into the future, sort of as you develop this platform? Do you have big plans to kind of magnify it or amplify it or add features, or it seems pretty feature rich?
Yeah, I mean, there's always like things that need to be improved. Like there's a lot of small things that would help community wise with collaboration and engagement within the community. Just some simple stuff like being able to tag your characters with different things. So like, for example, everyone could tag their character Blue Rose and then we could see all the Blue Rose characters.
Right.
But I think that mostly what we're focused on is helping to grow the community right now and adding cool content. So we're constantly adding new items to the game, new challenges to the game. But yeah, just like helping to encourage community interaction more. We'd love to have like a random character picker. So like if you wanted to collab with another artist, like being able to just have it randomly select from one of the characters here from a player who's open to collabs Something like that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Improving our notification system a bit would be good. But yeah, like I think the major stuff that's going to come out from us in the next year is going to be new game content and new in-game items.
Real quick, I wanted to jump to the chat real quick. Suki says, I messed around with that to fit in better with the written input. I'm wondering if you had suggestions on adding bits for written character sheets for Blue Rose. So did Suki work on that piece of the character sheet?
Maybe Adria could answer this question.
Yeah, Adrian.
So, adding bits for the written character sheets for Blue Rose. Essentially, if you want to add more, like categorically, or like you want to make a summary that's like 3 pages long, go ahead. I realize as a writer, it's really hard to constrain yourself sometimes to just a few very short categories.
Right. So it appeared as though the way I read that was that Suki had kind of worked on that as well and was asking for recommendations or suggestions, perhaps. On
in that
additions.
case, things that you might want to add may include things like your character's background, any NPCs they might know, to just enrich their presence.
Yeah.
Any, perhaps, since this is sort of a relationship charged event, okay. One thing I want to make entirely clear: this is not just a romance event, because when we say relationships, in this case, your relationship bond can be, I hate this person. I hate them so much. So
yeah. So that's interesting. So do you leave it open to this sort of the texture of emotion as you bring it to this particular thing. That's right. Awesome.
Because my understanding of relationship bonds is essentially just the strongest emotional connection you have with someone else.
Ren says that can be just as sexy as romance. So yeah.
It's true, because they're on your mind all the time.
I do want to add additionally, if you want to write more about your character, maybe something, closer to like 500 to 1,000 words, you can actually get rewards for doing that. We have a separate challenge in here. If you go to guides, let's see if I can find it here.
This might be for you, Tempo.
Yeah, non-challenge character art. I could drop a link to this in the chat.
So this is where I was headed to this question because, one of our resident Blue Rose historians, Tempo, or Temporary 67315,
saw that
and talked about night people, and I think that Tempo could be a great resource for maybe, if there were something to add to the character sheet or a thought. We won't necessarily go into it right now, Tempo, but yeah, I think this is and that's what I love about this too, is that it's a real engaging process. It's not
just to answer your question, Tempo, there is no reason you can't have a night person. It was just there were some cuts that had to be made for the length of the document. Literally, that's all. And unfortunately, there's so much to take from Blue Rose.
There really is.
It's so rich, and
but it sounds like Tempo, is interested in just being able to put, night people as a species option. We'll make a note of it, and Tempo's a very patient individual and understands if we can't quite get to that, given the nature of Blue Rose. Because you're right, they're reams, they're just like tomes upon tomes, and the Blue Rose books are dense and they're heavy and they're beautiful. Go ahead.
Even though our guides don't list night people, that's not restricting you from putting a night person in. So you can create your character and just specify that their species is night person.
I love it. All right.
Yeah.
And then if folks have if they want to share their ideas or thoughts, where would you like them to put that?
Feedback or questions or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
People can email support@paperdemon.com. That's our email. Okay. You can join our Discord community. It's very active.
Do that.
So I could share a link to that as well. There is a link to this on the bottom of the Blue Rose landing page. It's way at the bottom. Let me share that in the chat as well. Here we go. And I will also share the email.
Nice. Oh, so we're covering all the bases, and I love that. And now, what is so in the process of the event? Where are we? What step are we at right now?
That's a great question. So let's see. Let me go back to the main event page here. So this document that says Champions of the Summer Rose, this is the event that basically links to all the main events that are part of the Summer Rose game. So what we're running right now to start is Spark of the Rose, which is getting your character developed with the Blue Rose lore and fleshing out your character. And then we also have 2 weekly challenges. Every week we have a new prompt that comes out. So we have First Love and Mr. Right as 2 of the prompts that are available. Now, I think both of these can be interpreted as non-romantic as well. So you're not restricted to romance on these.
Nice.
Tomorrow, Aldea World of Blue Rose is coming out. So a portal will open to this world that will come with 4 bigger prompts. So this will be the big main event that will offer bigger rewards for participation. Whereas the weekly prompts are much simpler challenges that are quicker to complete. So the rewards aren't as high. After we go through so later in the summer, after Aldea World of Blue Rose, we will have a boss fight where we will all work together to defeat the boss, which I'm not going to spoil what that is quite yet.
I love that. And then, so is the general notion here, the conceit is that portals open up and people in the paperverse intermingle with these different IPs and things like Blue Rose or Cthulhu Awakens and that kind of thing?
Exactly. So if we jump to the portals page, we can see all the different worlds that are available.
Plus, it's been drawing people to Aldis as well. Sorry, Aldea is the world.
Yeah, Aldis is, yeah.
The presence of the portal has also been drawing people from around Aldea to Aldis directly. So, this is why some of the NPCs you're seeing are from, we have a Jarzoni priest, we have a champion who was originally from, what was that? It's not Kern, it's the other one. It's the plains. Help, Troy. Troy, help me.
I'm sorry. I'm typing a thing here, and I'm not. You are looking for the
help me.
shadow gates exist in Aldea that lead to other worlds. That's true. Tempo adds the shadow gates. Tempo, what's the what are we looking for? We're looking for the name of the
Rezia. Sorry.
Rezia. Okay. You look at you. You're so good. You really steeped yourself in the lore.
The lore.
It's impressive. I was shocked. Like we were sitting there talking, and you're just like, well, so in this space, and then we do this and that, and this. I was just like, what? How do you know all this stuff already? But you just absorbed it.
I wonder if my chats did not go through with the links to the Discord and stuff.
Oh, you know what? It might not have. And I think that I can fix that. I will need you to do a little vamping for me as I. What?
Sorry, the chat's cracking me up.
They're hilarious, honestly. The Lord. You sound like me. Oftentimes they'll get me just rolling. They are very, very funny.
I love them. I love them so much.
Yeah.
We are okay. Now we are vamping.
Yeah, we are. You please vamp for me. Would you vamp? Yeah. and I'm clicking on some stuff in the background.
Frankly,
Yes.
he looks like a glamp.
What does that mean?
A glampire.
A
Very
glampire?
glamorous vampire.
I love this.
Of course, that's kind of par for the course when you're talking vampires a lot of the time. So.
Yeah, that is true. They definitely they are a part of the community for sure. Let's see, where are you? I'm going to add admin privileges to your name in chat. There you are. I found you, and that way you can drop a link. Done and done. So you should be link worthy.
All right. Did you do that on my Paper Demon account or my
your Paper Demon? Your Paper Demon. Do you want?
Okay.
I can do both. Yeah.
I am so surprised, she said sarcastically to Valentine, that you're going to make Peepaw kiss the vampire. I'm so surprised. I'm shocked.
Peepaw Kiss the vampire.
Yeah, Peepaw is a nickname for one of Val's characters.
I love that. I love it. First, I thought you were making a vampire named Peepaw Kiss. It's Peepaw Kiss the vampire.
Peepaw Kiss.
I was like, who's Peepaw Kiss?
Peepaw Kiss does not sound.
Not right.
Like
no, it says. But look at that. well. Already. Yeah, that is,
Aren't vampires in Aldea always chaotic evil? Well, welcome to this vampire is not from Aldea. He's from the Paperverse.
Rain says, I would personally consider Magic Knight Roy Earth an excellent template for a Blue Rose game anyway. Magic Knight Roy Earth?
Ray Earth.
Ray Earth. I was
I believe that is a Clamp.
Yeah, it's Clamp.
Series.
Yeah, it's Clamp.
Nice.
My name is
I like
Peepaw
this.
Kissed, the vampire who killed my creator, prepared today. I read that completely wrong.
Hey, Duke, will you do me a favor if you haven't done this already in your anticipating all the things? Would you drop a link to Discord to the grad? The link that Duke's going to drop that's our community Discord. It is run by the community, and it's fantastic. So it's got all kinds of great people, lovely folks, and you can get to make some new friends, and recruit some of them and come over to yours as well. Hey, so I have a question for you, Susie. When these events start, do they go away then, or can people go back and play them again, or for the first time, or is it a mix?
So it's a mix. So the weekly prompts typically are open for 2 weeks. If you want to participate in that prompt after the deadline, we have a premium item that lets you complete a finish challenge. Portals are a mix. So some portals are stable. They're always open. You can play them anytime. But other portals are unstable and are only open for, say, 1 to 2 months. Those, again, you can revisit them after they close with a premium item called the Junket Tank.
Yeah.
But the Blue Rose event is only running through the summer.
Got you. And so then when people come to play this, they probably have to pony up a big bunch of money. They got to pay a bunch. No, right?
No, the game is completely free. So there's optional stuff. If you want to, toss us a few bucks, you can get some premium items. But the game is completely free. So you can play the whole game, do a lot of stuff for free. Even the items that let you participate past deadlines are things you can earn in game. So we do have the premium currency called tokens, which do drop in different challenges, especially in the boss fight. If you complete an entry for that, you will get tokens as well as gold.
Cool. Awesome. I love that. And so it's just that, to me, it is just when we first started talking about sort of collaborating in general, I love the project. But when we both kind of made the Blue Rose connection, it couldn't be more perfect. Like, it just is such a good fit. And I can tell by our Blue Rose fans and Age fans that they're into it as well. All right. So where do we leave off on our travel, on our journey through the experience? did we get through all of our all the various things that are happening? We talked about the scheduled events, talked about tomorrow's event. Anything else that we're missing on that front?
Just the main thing to know is, let's see, this spark of, let's see, no, not this one. Sorry. If you go to the events page, this Champions of the Summer Rose page will have links to all the events, and we will update it as it goes to give you all the proper links to all the events, but you will also see them pop up on the events page for each of the different parts. But
Nice.
yeah, I think we've already walked through everything. I think the only thing we haven't mentioned is what the rewards are for the different challenges. We can maybe talk about the roses.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you participate in this challenge, you will earn roses for the different events. So like once you create your character, you can earn 5 roses. If you do one of the weekly challenges, you'll get 5 roses for each one of those you do. And once you accumulate 30 roses, you can redeem those for a free PDF of the Blue Rose core rulebook.
That's right.
As well as the quick start guide and a Blue Rose fiction book and a Paper Demon write-in companion.
Ooh, what does that mean? They get a pal that hangs out with them for the duration of their...
Yes. So it'll be a companion you can equip to your character we're still deciding what mechanics that companion will do, but it's probably going to boost your magic ability in battle. So you equip it to your character, and when you participate in battles, your attacks will do more damage.
That is 30 altogether, Gray. That is 30 altogether. So you get the whole bundle for 30 roses.
So you could create multiple characters and participate in a mix match of different challenges with different characters and accumulate 30 roses and get this reward. We also have another bigger reward that comes out for those for whoever has the most roses at the end, and the winners of the boss fight.
Nice.
So, keep your eyes open for that boss fight, especially if y'all aren't into relationship stuff and you're the kind of person who's just like, man, I just want to do action. The boss fight is definitely for you. There are going to be options for those of you who don't want to fight the boss and who want to handle them in other ways. But trust me, for those of you who aren't really into the whole relationships thing, the boss fight is coming. Don't lose hope. It's okay.
Well, that's nice. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. And so a question that I had for you then, when folks get their companion, their riding companion, are you will it be something that you have created? Like, will everyone get a capybara or a gravy squatch, perhaps? Or like what's how do you determine that?
We do have some ideas for how Gravy Squatch will be involved in this event.
Oh dear.
But we will announce that at a later time. So if you are a Gravy Squatch fan, stay tuned.
Who isn't, truly?
As for the companion, let me see if I might as well share this. Hold on. I have artwork for the companion already.
Oh, wow. Okay, great.
Let me share. Let me find the artwork real quick.
While she's looking for the art, yes, Gray, you can write about relationships that are good friends. You can write about enemies. You can write about people who just kind of barely tolerate each other. Whatever, kind of relationship you want to write about, go for it.
Yeah, it's kind of what you were talking about. Those relationships, those bonds, it comes in all flavors of emotion.
Correct.
Look at that. Also, that's cute.
Look at the cute fox.
We got a little fox right in, being super adorable. So that's the planned companion.
It's just the baby. See, Princess Fox, I want 10. Absolutely.
That is cute.
Just a little baby.
Just a tiny guy. And what a perfect the fox is perfectly posed. Like you always see them like that, kind of doing their little kind of what do they do? Like kind of a giggle or kind of a shriek, or it's Anyway, they're adorable. I love them.
I did want to add too that
yes.
we've got a lot of Blue Rose themed item drops in the game as well. So as you participate in the challenges, you will get some arcane items, for example, from the Blue Rose universe.
Yeah.
As well as some Blue Rose themed food items.
Delicious.
Which you can use to heal your character in battle.
Yeah. What's interesting is the list of arcane objects and the food items. Joe Carricker, who he's no longer working on Blue Rose. He's still, of course, a dear friend and a Green Ronin emeritus in good standing. But we went on to a retreat where, consequently everybody who went caught COVID, but it was worth it. It was worth it. We sat down and we talked about sort of the aspects of, Aldis and what it's like to be in that city and, summer in Aldis and just kind of thinking about different ways to sort of manifest that. And, we were kind of toying around with the idea of some, foods and things and what kind of magic items would you find and, and kind of drew them from the lore and stuff. And so that comes directly from a conversation with Joe. It was really a lot of fun.
That's
to
awesome.
be able to use this. Yeah. Yeah.
More collaboration.
Look at this. It's 5. So we have spent the entirety of an hour and we've got 5 minutes left. One of the things that I wanted to ask you too is what is the best way for people to kind of keep ahead of or keep in tune with the events as they pop off and other events in the future?
So if you sign up to the website, you'll get added to our mailing list. So every time we launch a new prompt or event, you will get an email. So you'll get an email roughly once or twice a week, depending on if we've got new content coming out on Friday or not. We've always got a newsletter going out either Monday or Tuesday with the weekly prompt. If you prefer, you can also join our Discord. We post announcements there of new stuff going on. If you want early access to the content, you can also join our Patreon if you're interested in that. But yeah, so all of our socials also get updated with new events that come out. But probably the easiest thing to do is just sign up to our website and you'll get the emails.
Fantastic.
Also, if you're just a fan of silly goofy, the Discord's probably best. There are a lot of people there and
I gotta tell you, Silly Goofy is a brand these folks enjoy in great bulk purchases. Absolutely. So,
one last thing, if I may mention,
please do. Yes.
So the game really rewards you for drawing other people's characters too. So if you complete a prompt and include someone else's character, your attacks will do more damage and you get more rewards for including other characters within your prompts. The Discord is a great place to make friends and learn about other players' characters and see if you can include them into your stories and into your artwork. So just wanted to mention that.
That's great. So anything else, the kind of tips or tricks or things that they ought to keep an eye on as they're digging in?
Adria, you got any tips?
Tips and tricks include if you hit up the disc. Okay, first, Bogus Red, Susie here, recently added a chat function on the website itself. So if you're looking for somebody to collab with, you can head over there and pop in your, hey, hi, I'm looking for a collab, please. Somebody let me borrow your character and just smooch them or whatever you plan to do. And people will respond.
That's great.
Cool about that. And if you come over to Paper Demon, we actually put in recently a collab request thread, so people can make individual threads and people's requests don't get buried. So it's a little more organized now than it used to be.
Kind of a collaboratorium, if you will.
Yes.
I love it. So listen, friends, whether you're watching right now live or you are checking us out on demand, there's just moments in time in your life when you get to just see a wonderful project that you're just like, I want to help and support and be a part of that. This is one of those projects. Dive in, make a character, have some fun, and clear that writer's block, or just hang out and do some creative connecting with other people who have similar interests. I just love what you two have created. I mean, I know it's more than you two for sure, but I'm just such a fan of the work and clearly a fan of the collaboration. I'm trying to figure out what we want to do next after this is over, because I just kind of want to keep our Thursday meetings going where we just hang out and, do cool things. But thank you both for coming and hanging out on ThursdAGE as well. And also, again, I can't say enough, you're just phenomenal to work with.
Yeah.
You did all of this work. I just kind of sat there and talked.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Troy, and we're super appreciative of you and Green Ronin for collaborating with us. This has been a hugely fun event to bring the world of Blue Rose to the Paper Demon Art RPG, and we look forward to collabing again in the future and looking forward to see what all of you create.
Yes, that is true. And what I'd love to do is maybe on a future ThursdAGE pop up some of the art and stuff, because we've already got some great things cooking. People that have shared some really fun stuff, and so we'll keep folks updated. And this is going to continue through the summer to the end of August.
Yes, the end of August.
Yes.
There we go. So much more to talk about, much more opportunities, and I am going to be very specifically looking for my community folks to see where you are at in this event. So get in there and make some noise and have some fun.
Keep an eye out too for some freebies, because we will be announcing different giveaways.
Fantastic. Hey, chat, again, thank you as always for hanging out and being so cool and so fun. Ladies, my absolute pleasure to have you on. Would you maybe come back again in the future in a couple, in a month or so, just kind of we can talk about some more of this and see how the event has gone?
Absolutely.
Course.
Fantastic. All right. Well, so that is that. I think with that, I say everybody have a great weekend. Do me a favor. Would you, friends, make sure you stop by the Atomic Think Tank. Tell your artist friends that there's some great stuff happening and that they want to be a part of it. And then don't forget, Monday is our Mutants and Masterminds Monday. We're going to get together, talk about superheroes. We do the thing, and everyone's invited. You two could come as well, but you do have to wear a super suit. So, choose wisely. All right, everybody. Goodbye. Miss you. Kiss you.
Bye.